Hello, good evening. How are you guys doing? What's new? Hello, hello. How was everyone's weekend? Hello, Tish. Hello, KJ. Hello, B. Who else is on here? Hello, OSA. What's going on? No worries, no worries. Take your time. We're here. We're just waiting for some more people to come on. So, share the live. I'm going to share it myself. We have a couple guests with us tonight. Hello, hello, good evening. How is everyone doing? Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear the music. Let me know if my Wi-Fi is doing something weird. Let me know everything. I'm hoping Instagram doesn't cut me off. I hope you have no tech issues. You should be good. Let me know how your weekend was. My weekend, what did I do? My band had a performance. Hello, Toya. My band had a performance yesterday. That went really well. It was at a church. They had a concert series, so we were the first band to start their concert series for the winter. So that was fun. Today, just a normal Monday. Getting ready for tonight, because we have two amazing guests tonight. So I'm excited. I want you guys to let me know how you guys' weekend went, how your Monday was, start of the week went. Here in Alberta, it's starting to get cold. Winter is literally around the corner. So there's that. Yeah, so let me know what's going on. I'm just going to wait until more people join us. Make sure you share the live. It's going to be a great conversation tonight. Get your water, your tea, your dinner, whatever you need to do to enjoy tonight. I have my water here ready to go. It was like summer here in Toronto? What? I wish it was like that here. Here was what? I think it was like +5. But overnight it's supposed to be like -1. So winter is literally knocking on our door right now. It's snowing in Calgary, which is 3 hours south of where I'm living. So, yeah, there's that. Tisha said, I attended an event here in TNT. The First Peoples community had an event to celebrate Indigenous people. Saw supernovas and Pan on the Move. Nice! How did that event go? I think I saw you post a couple videos about it. Correct me if I'm wrong. But how did that event go? I hope there was a lot of people. What's going on, you guys? Just listening to some music until more people join us, and then we'll start the show off. Hello, Ricardo. How are you? How was your Monday? So, Ricardo's in Calgary, for those that don't know. And it's snowing over there. And I keep telling him to keep the snow over there. So, I hope he listens. Just waiting for a few more people to join us. Tisha said it was great. Yeah, I posted a few videos on Instagram. Had more videos on YouTube. Prank, Pan, Calypso. It was fun. The Vibesy group from Suriname was there and danced the night away. Nice. Okay, so I have to go on your YouTube channel and check out some videos. I think EJ posted some stuff, if I'm not mistaken, as well. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I saw him post a couple videos. So, yeah. Ricardo's crying. Ricardo's also saying, sending some snow up north for you in a bit. Sit tight. I'm good. I don't need the snow right now. I'm good. I'm still in denial that winter is on the way. So, no. Just said EJ played with a praying group. Yeah, I thought I saw him post something. That's good. I'm glad to see Pan and Parang together. So, yeah. Looked like it was a vibe, though. Hello, Michael. How are you? How are things? What is new? A ton of snow never hurt nobody? You must be mad. I don't like snow. Do not like snow. I like to be warm. I don't know why my parents decided to live here. I like the heat. When I see snow, I hibernate. I try my best not to go outside. I try. Can't play mass and frayed powder. You are crazy. Not when it's minus 20. I'm good. I am good. Thanks. Come to Trinidad? I am planning on it. Toya said, I hibernate too. So, see, we get each other. I love it. We're preparing for Panorama. I know. I think it starts, what, next month? I think small, or single pan starts next month, right? Wish I was there. If I do come, I'll probably come during medium and large, if anything. So, I can't come during the holidays because ticket prices are insane leaving from Alberta. So, I'll be going in like February, March, if anything, if it works out for me. You have a tenor waiting for me? Okay. Thanks. I try to leave Seattle when it's snowed in the forecast. The city shuts down. Yeah, see, the thing is, here in Alberta, we don't shut down. Things still happen. Flights still go, buses still run. There's no shutdown here. There's no snow day here in Alberta. If you have to play it back home, what is your first choice for medium and large band? I don't really have one per se. I think it's just whoever will take me, to be honest. Whoever will take me, I will join. So if you know a band that was willing to take me, I will join. Medium and large. I know for a small band, my dad would love me to play for Tokyo. But I won't be there for that time. Or else I would play for Tokyo. What band would you play for? Tisha said tropical always needs people from what I understand. Okay. I'll look out for them. I'll write that down actually. So it's in my notes. If there's any other bands, just let me know and I will I will see what I can do. If I can make it over there, I will reach out to those people. For those that are joining, I hope you shared the live, because we have a great conversation in store for us. You guys haven't told me how your day went. I know Ricardo is enjoying the snow, so there's that. And Michael is also enjoying the snow that is coming his way. Starlift is a good band to play. They are also a good band to play. I'll write that down too. There's so many bands, you know. I'll look at Starlift. Because by the time February comes, I will forget. So I'm writing these down in my notes so I know what to remember what bands I have to look for.
Make some noise for the Barbados National Youth Steel Orchestra.
I know we were talking about judging in Panorama last week, and we were talking about what we as viewers are looking for. Has anyone given any other thought to that conversation last week? I think you guys were here last week. Hello, good evening, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Make sure you share the live. So I just asked the question before we get started here. Last week we were talking about Panorama and the judging and the criteria and us as viewers, what we're looking for. Like, I know a lot of things. Well, one thing that was mentioned was that during a live, us as viewers don't really know who the judges are. If we do hear them announcing the judges, there is usually a commercial break, or the broadcaster is talking over that, or they just cut off, and we don't hear the judges until we don't even hear about the judges. So just wanted to hear your guys' thoughts before we get started here. And then if they can talk about the criteria, because there's a lot of people that don't know what the judges are looking for. So if there's that for us, the viewers, know what's going on, that may help what the judges are thinking when it comes to that. Hello, welcome, welcome. Let me know how your Monday went. Let me know how your weekend was. Let me get started here in a minute. Everyone is so quiet today. What is going on? I think it's time to get started. I think it's that time. I think it's almost that time to get started. I don't know. No one's answering my questions. Everyone's quiet. We are listening to Barbados National Youth Steel Orchestra. I used to name the bands that we were listening to. I don't know why I stopped, but that's what we're listening to right now. Hello, Ryan. Welcome in. How are you? How was your Monday? How was your weekend? What is new? Hello, hello. All right, I think it's that time to get started. I think it's that time. So, hello and welcome to All Things Pan. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm your host, Danielle George. Our sponsor is Pantastics 868. I have a double second and a tenor stick here. They have everything from tenor sticks all the way to bass sticks. If you live in North America, please message me. I will try my best to get the sticks to you. If you live anywhere else in the world, make sure you reach out to Pantastics 868. I did tag them. I don't know where the tag went. Gotta find it now. There we go. So make sure you message them and get your sticks. Again, we'll try our best to get the sticks to you as quickly as possible. They are amazing. I use them all the time. They are my favorite sticks to use. So, yeah. So, on that note, welcome. Normally on this page, we talk to panists, arrangers, tuners, builders, pan enthusiasts about all things pan. But today, we are going to, let's see if they're on here. I'm trying to see if I can find them. We are talking to two people from Culture FX. They have an album coming out. Let's see if I can find them here. Let's see. There we go. They have an album coming out. They had a listening party on Instagram on Thursday, and we will talk about that with them when they join us. Honestly, I enjoyed the album. It was amazing. I want them to talk about it more when they join us. Yeah, so I'm just gonna wait for them to join the live. I know they were in here earlier. Let's see if that works. Gotta love technology. Get some music back until they can join us. There's one. Let's try this again. All right, let's see if this works. Oh, there's one.
Hey,
How are you?
pretty good. I see you all got a shot of my open wall closet that I had them build beneath the steps. It's nice. When you rewind, you'll hate your own closet. It's fine.
It's okay.
How is life? Look at this.
Life is lifing.
What's up, y'all?
Hey, what's up?
Pretty
How
good.
are you?
I couldn't hear you at first. I was like, what's going on? But I realized with the iRig, you have to actually
Turn it on?
accept first.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Just accept the invite. Danielle, what's up?
Not much. How are you guys?
We're doing good. You know, got a
AD.
new album on the way.
AD.
Mm-hmm.
AD.
Okay.
Yeah, all is well. Culture FX.
Yes.
That's the name of our band. Yeah.
So many
I want to
questions.
correct some too. We said on our stream, we do a stream every Wednesday, like a listening session. And actually, on Liberation Music, that's the first time Culture Effects popped up, Khuent, on your song that you wrote, the 6/8 joint.
Oh, dilettante.
Dilettante. Yeah.
Oh, thank you for reminding me. I gotta make the kids learn that one too.
That's a great song. And actually, that's on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
I think there's a live version of that. But yeah, so that's kind of the first time that name popped up. I think that's like 2018, 2017, 2018. Yeah.
Nobody was coughing. Nobody was coughing.
The good days.
BC,
The
before
good old days.
COVID.
Dirty hands, no masks.
Right?
It was nice.
100.
It was nice.
People were living freely.
Yeah.
So before we get
Yeah, I can't even
started,
remember why I wrote that.
before we get started, people that are new to this page may not know who you guys are. So
That's
who
a
would like
fact.
to go first? Who would like to go first? Oh, okay, Sheldon. You want
I'm actually,
to introduce yourself?
I'm the other way. Go ahead. All things pan. What's up, y'all? I'm Sheldon Thwaites from Washington, D.C. Family from Trinidad. Father's a pan pioneer. And yeah, I'm just here, man. I'm existing. What did I put in our bio? I put something crazy like I forget the word right now, but basically drums is my instrument. That's my voice. Drum
Okay.
set specifically.
Okay.
Yeah,
Did you ever play the pan before?
of course. You
Okay,
can't grow up in a.
For those
So
that
my
don't
family's
know,
from
for those,
my family's from St. James. Yeah, nah, you're right. You're absolutely right. My family's from St. James, so you know, my dad's a member of Pan Am North Stars, and my uncles and my mom's cousins, you know, we're all members of Pan Am North Stars. So yeah, you kind of, it's like a rite of passage a little bit in
It is.
my family. You got to at least be able to roll, at least bare
Yeah.
minimum.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a bit of my story, but you'll hear a bit more about it, you know, as this conversation progresses.
Yeah, for sure.
Khuent.
Gwen, how about you?
Um,
For those that don't know you.
for those that don't know me, okay, I am like an adopted Caribbean kid. I grew up in Brooklyn, Flatbush, New York. Where I am right now, I'm actually living in my old family home. I've become my dad's caretaker. Well, my sister and I and my brother have become my dad's caretaker. He's fine. He's upstairs eating dinner right now.
Nice.
So he is from Costa Rica, from a small kind of area up in the mountains called Limon.
Okay.
And my mom is from Honduras, but she's from a little island off the coast of Honduras called Rotan. So they both basically lived like hillbillies growing up. They didn't want to talk about it. They were all they both knew what it was like to raise pigs and ride horses, right? So they came here and went to Erasmus High School as teenagers, met, I guess, fell in love, had a few of us. So I grew up in the center of the most Caribbean part of Brooklyn,
Okay.
with two parents that spoke different languages. So my whole life has been like code switching and finding patterns and parallels between different cultures. So now I'm a music teacher at a charter school in Bed-Stuy, philosopher, comedian, composer, pan tuner.
I was going to say, if you don't mention that, I will mention it.
Yeah, I just let the ADHD rule my life, and it makes me a lot of money now. My hands hurt, but
There's
If
always
our
that
elementary
trade-off.
school teachers could see us now,
who?
you know, if our elementary school teachers could see us now, the ones that put us in detention
So,
for ADHD.
so crazy you said that. 3 months ago in the summer, my eighth grade teacher and I were working out together at Blink.
That's hilarious.
Wow.
Yeah, they used
He's
to
the
put me
principal
in
of a
detention.
school.
They used to put me in detention for tapping on the table. And then I became a professional drummer.
That's so cute. You had detention. They beat us. Okay, so I grew up in the 90s. They beat us. They would take a yardstick, cut it into three, use black duct tape around the yardstick, and use that to beat us.
Hey, Khuent, culture effects is for the kids too. All right, just remember that.
Just laugh. Listen, my kids at the school already know what's up. You know what? I'm not gonna out myself because I'm on. This is incriminating. I plead the 10th. That's the fifth twice. That's the fifth twice. I'm gonna go back to what we. I'm gonna behave. Continue the interview. I'm not gonna do this. Not today. Not today.
It's okay. So you've mentioned culture effects a few times. How did culture effects come together? Like, what was the brainchild? What was the plan? What was the idea?
I think we just got tired of complaining about where things were and
Mm-hmm.
with the instrument, and it was like, all right, what are we gonna do about it? You can complain all day. That doesn't solve anything.
Mm-hmm.
So we started started brainstorming, writing, just writing. You know what I mean? Creating.
Okay.
Okay,
You know, I mean, if go ahead.
I'm sorry. That is the noble aspiration behind us getting together. So this is what really happened, huh? Okay. We had a gig, and during that gig, like we all knew each other, but we almost never played together. And after
Right.
that gig at the Nautical Mile, one of those C-word gigs, we started talking, like talking. You know when you talk to someone and then realize like, where the hell have you been?
Right.
I've been isolated in my own intellect for so long, and now you all are speaking my words to me. So it was that kind of moment,
True.
and we all unanimously had this feeling of like this instrument, this music attached to this instrument, and all the things that can be attached to this instrument can go so far. Like we all have this wilder than reality view of Pan and the culture and all. So it was only natural that we clung to each other.
That's a fact.
So
And
there you go.
and
That
also the
is,
first generation experience too, right? You just spoke about your mom being from an
yeah.
island off of the coast of Honduras, growing up in Brooklyn, Erasmus, right? So it's
Hmm.
clash. There's a clash of culture. You know, there's a city in I'm in DC, and there's a an area called Trinidad. So as a kid, I thought I was from that part of DC, not the island. I'm dead serious. Like
That is
it was
funny.
a point of it was a bit confusing for me at 7.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay.
So you know, it's really just how culture effects just represents that experience.
Yeah.
For a lot of us, you know, you wouldn't know Nicki Minaj was Trini, born in St. James, through her music.
Right.
It's not really something that she highlights.
Right.
So yeah, we're here.
Okay. You're here. And what is your plans for Culture FX? Are you planning on doing a tour? Or are you guys just kind of keeping to yourselves? Like, what is your plan? Have you guys thought
We'll
that
release the music.
far? Or are you guys just
Yeah,
riding
of
the wave?
course. No,
Okay.
no. I mean, no. It's always good to ride the wave, right? Opposed to going
Yeah.
against it. But uh, we'll release the music first. We have a lot of plans, but let's see how the community reacts, because you can't you have to put it out and see what happens to a degree.
Mhm.
I have an
Again,
idea
that
of what could happen, but
he's so political. Let me tell you something. I would vote for you. We're
I ain't
getting
no
rid of
politician,
Adams.
my G.
No, no, just hear me out. We're getting rid of Adams. We need someone younger, thinner, demure, mindful. Um, could hold a straight face with that. Okay, he's not wrong. Again,
Yeah.
he's always going to like the noble spiritual part. Here's the truth. The brains, like the four of us are like musical brains. This is me, Sheldon, Andre, and Kawhi. We're like the creative ends of the music of all the pieces.
Mhm.
Each one of us is deeply embedded in our career with a family to take care of.
Right.
And we all happen to live in places that are more expensive than it needs to friggin' be right now. God damn. So
Hmm.
what we often do, and I'm just giving this professional advice to people that are living in this similar situation that's like, damn, I wish I could figure out how did they do this?
Yeah.
We have learned how to create sanctuary that we must work from in our homes. My
Hmm.
bed is right there. We have to do that so that we can create independently. Then we use technology, modern technology, to share what we create with one another.
Right.
And then we harp on each other for weeks. Did you listen to it? Did you listen to it? Did you like the chord and did you like the chord in measure 7? Did you like the chord?
He's not lying. That's
You
actually
have
part
to.
of the process.
That's
Yeah.
part of the
And
process. Yeah, there you
majority
go.
of this album was done through Zoom or over Zoom.
This way, like the way we're having
Yep,
this, that
Oh, wow.
that
Zoom.
is
Yeah,
how we
seriously.
actually did it.
And
Logic.
and actually, that should transition us, Quint,
Direct.
to the intro song
There you go.
from the album, Culture Loop.
So speaking of, we're playing a song. Okay.
Yes, it's short. So that's Culturelude. That's the intro to the album.
That's a good intro.
What you think? What does it give you? How do you feel? What are the
Happy.
elements that you heard? What are we
Sheldon,
channeling?
I'm sorry. Sheldon, did you just ask her what is it giving?
He
Nah,
did.
I said, what do you feel?
He
What do you
did.
feel?
He did.
Oh, I see some flames.
He did.
Thank you. Why not, Power? I appreciate that.
No, it's a nice vibe. I know where the album. I already heard the album off of your listening party on Thursday, so I already know where it's
You
going.
heard half.
I
You
heard
heard
half,
half.
but still, I have
You
an
kept
idea.
some.
I have an idea.
Well, now tell us what you think, though, for real, for the people that weren't on the live, the listening
You
session.
guys are in for a treat. The album gives you elements of everything, literally everything. You have the R&B, you have the West Coast vibe, you have the Caribbean vibe, you have the reggae vibe. You have everything. You guys are in for a treat. I suggest you guys do the pre-order and get your album.
And follow the Instagram page at
And follow the Instagram page.
_culture_EFX as displayed below.
And
Khuent, want to add anything?
YouTube channel. Everything. Follow everything.
So, here's the thing. So all of us are pan people, yeah? And
Yeah,
our
yeah.
audience are other pan. And Darius, why you worrying about the price? When you want to see Marshall, you don't be asking the price. When you want to see Beyonce, you don't be asking the price. When you want your Hennessy in the club, you don't need to be asking the price. You just be giving the thousands of dollars. Just go online and buy the thing, please. Sorry, I was going back to what I was saying. Um, Lost my train of thought. Man, disrupt me about the
Well,
price.
let me answer one question about hard copy. So we will
Yeah.
have vinyl 2025, and you'll see. We'll post that on our Instagram page. So look out for that announcement. Go ahead,
That was
Khuent.
remember how I said there was a friend of mine asking for the vinyl?
Oh, hey, friend, how you doing?
That's Kiki.
Kiki.
No, seriously.
Yeah.
So we talked about this recently about like the era of basically every major era in music takes between 15 and 20 years, right? Really, we feel them in 10-year chunks. So we go like the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. But when you really think about the music between 1960 and 1975 are it's a lot alike. And then you have a deviation at 1980 because people
Yeah.
die. Right.
Yeah.
So we've been noticing that a lot of our elders, the people that we've idealized, that we studied, that when we were young kids, we had bad headphones and cassette players slamming the headphones up to our ears, trying to understand the arrangements of their songs
Mm-hmm.
over the static. They're dying. So we know that there's going to be a transition in the sound of pan, like what is acceptable. First, we
Yeah.
had like I love using Andy Narrow as an example because he has an
Mm-hmm.
extremely long, consistent career of high fidelity recordings.
Yeah.
And if you listen to his recordings from the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 10s, the 20s, and now these like digital realizations using the Manette samples of the pans, you get to
Mm-hmm.
see how he's kind of created his own sound, and now there are other people in the world trying to replicate that sound. He's
That's
become
them.
like a
Yeah.
genre to himself. Same
Yeah.
thing with Bugsy. We all know that there are some Buggsyites in the world that sound remarkably like him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
it's because it's a tradition that they communicate through. Blah blah blah. We are from the same kaleidoscopic thing, being first generation Caribbean people where
Yeah.
our experience with music is everything. Like all of
Mm-hmm.
us have this experience of listening to everything. Classical music, funk, reggae, like all of it. Stravinsky, we're listening to absolutely everything. So our
Yeah.
music, when you listen to this album, you're going to hear everything. Like there's no element of black music other than, no, we got chant. Yeah, there's no element of what it means to be like diasporic music that
Mm-hmm.
represents the culture. If you got a drop of something you recognize as being African and from that diaspora, you're going to listen to this album and fall in love with it. Everyone will find a track on this album that they are going to absolutely fall in love with. I don't even listen to music and I like this album.
know what, Khuent, that was a great speech. Or
I
you
try.
sold me on
I
that.
try.
I
I
think we
try.
should actually go on and maybe go your written joint
Wait. Okay. Background. Should I give the background? Okay. Listen to the song
after
and
the
then
song.
there you
Okay.
go.
Okay.
Second verse.
And actually, let me mention too. So this features Culture Effects is Andre White, Quint Rose, Kawhi Williams, myself, Sheldon Thwaites. We had Kyle Miles on bass, and we also had Kareem Thompson featured on lead. And this is Go.
Put congas.
Oh, Weedy Burmai on congas.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you.
Special feature.
Okay.
This is
You're gonna
Go.
love this one. Are you going from the second verse or the beginning? Okay.
You wanna take away the old. You wanna bring in the new like we needed. No, I ain't afraid of change. But where was my invitation for the meeting? You wanna change the identity, wanna make it better. Tell lies you're not fooling me. I know when I'm being set up. Yeah, rent too high, can't afford it no more. You don't treat me like an equal. You wanna strip my people of all that we got. Please just go, go. Charging through the neighborhood. Don't know the neighborhood. Please just go, go. Charging through the neighborhood. Gotta take back our neighborhood. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Black Lives Matter. What the fuck? No doubt that you plotting to get our power cut. Well, if it's up, then it's up, then we gotta fight back some way. We can't just sit around and wait to be extinct. No, not on my turn. My turn. Gotta find a way. Gotta find a way. I don't know turns. I'll turn. They won't strip us of all that we got, yeah. Please just go. Go, charging through the neighborhood. You don't know the neighborhood. Please just go. Go, charging through the neighborhood. Gotta take back our neighborhood. No, yeah, yeah, yeah. 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 No, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna fade this one. I gotta leave y'all with something to wait for.
There was a couple comments.
Oh,
The first question
word. What's the
is
comments? Yep.
who's the vocalist?
Kawhi Williams.
Okay. And the comment was hearing some Frank Ocean vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So I gotta make sure not to give away too much information.
No, not too much. Not too much.
I think
Just a touch.
one. Yeah, I'm gonna say this. Insecure has one of the best musical palettes of any show I've ever watched. To me, you know what I mean. But I think that with a little bit of a Caribbean touch to it. You know what I mean, or our experience. You know what I mean. Like I mean, I don't think I've heard one song that I didn't like from that show. You know what I mean?
Mm-mm.
It's like it's well crafted, and I mean, so in that vein a bit. You know what I mean? I think it's good to be in that vein. That's a good spot to be. You know, and that music speaks to our generation. That's the really important piece of this whole conversation.
Yeah.
You know, I love the elders and the ancestors and what they created, but some of that stuff don't speak to me right today what I'm dealing with in my life with family
Mm-hmm.
and friends and economy and government and taxes. Sometimes you need something that speaks to you directly, or in Quint's case, crypto.
You said taxes, and I'm
Like I
they're
don't know if Merchant
watching
can
us.
really. I don't know if Merchant can relate to me in that aspect right now with that. I
Mm-hmm.
love that's one of my favorite
Yeah,
Calypsonians, but you need something that's a little bit more current,
that is
especially as an
interesting that
adult.
you bring that up, though. Like, that's interesting that you say that. Like I, oddly enough, I really don't listen to music. Strangest part of my life. Um,
Right.
Sheldon hates it. Uh, he's like, how do you not listen to music, bro? Leave it alone, Sheldon. Put the mic down. Um, so my digestion of music usually, like, he brings up this idea of I listen to things that speak relevance to my present life. And it's
Mm-hmm.
interesting because I think like that's the first time I've ever thought about listening. Like I don't listen to music for that reason. Like I don't, when I'm sad, I'm not listening to sad music.
Right.
Right? Right?
Yeah.
When I'm in like a very uh, gleeful mood, I may listen to Dies Irae. Like I Shostakovich, just nails and hammers. I don't know. I'm obviously not
Quint,
right.
they
So
don't
this song
know
Go,
these names. Who are these people? Explain.
that's these are European romantic composers. When I grew up in Brooklyn, I didn't have an affinity towards anything around me. Everybody was listening to Tupac. I was asking my father for the score of Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. I'm dead serious. Like that's what I asked for on my birthday. I just never had an affinity towards the things in my own community, at least not that way. I saw them as being highly intellectual and like dense and cultural and transformative when people was just whining. So it was hard for me to make sense of that. So when I met
Right.
European classical composers, it felt like, yeah, they get it because they were just nerds, and I'm a nerd, and I could talk to them through time and space using a score of music that I couldn't really relate to the person down the block trying to scream, Sim, Simma, who have your keys, Simma? It didn't always resonate with me either.
Right.
So that's interesting when you bring up merchant as a component. But okay, side thing about Go. So I wrote Go in retaliation, strong word, to steel ban curfews during the pandemic. So there was a point where the steel band community tried to like get together and practice and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This is like after the bans were lifted,
Right.
and like even before this, for the last ever, steel bands, because they're loud, they're outdoors, neighbors have a reason to have a problem with them. And
Mm-hmm.
now that real estate is in New York, especially, when I was growing up, there were lots and lots of open lots owned by private citizens that didn't really charge too much money for people to stay on those lots. Most of the time, the yards were populated with young people or their friends, so there wasn't this need for like a money grab. After the 90s, that changed dramatically. The price of rent doubled over that 10-year period of time. The price of all
Right.
the real estate kind of did that, and then everything became a kind of a money game. Now that we're in the 2020s, every spot of land is turned into a residence. So the issue of a steel band of a 90 or 100 people, even a steel band of 40 people, is medium sized kind of. It's kind of a steel band, whatever. They
Yeah.
have a hard time finding a footprint that they can actually practice in. So I noticed that the gentrification, not necessarily white or black people, just everyone that moved in that had the mentality that what was before shouldn't exist or doesn't have the right to belong. That's really what gentrification is. It's not so much of a cultural thing, it's a philosophical attitude toward the existing people. So if I'm a colonizer from Europe and I come to America, I gentrify because I don't agree with the existing culture. So I realized that you got all these people coming in and they're complaining about everything. They're having noise complaints in the summertime. Now, this is a Caribbean community
Right.
where it's literally called Little Haiti. That's like they wanted to stamp it like don't call it Little Puerto Rico. Like we want you to know
Mm-hmm.
this is fete, okay?
Yeah.
So you have to understand that these people listen to loud music. That's part of my community. That's what we do. That's what you get accustomed to living around here. They would call the cops more and more and more and more and more. So eventually I came up with this song. Um, The original lyrics changed because I write like an old Calypsonian, and it wasn't going to work for the style and the aesthetic of the album. It wasn't
Right.
going to. Um, the original lyrics go, if so, you're whining all alone till the police on the phone. This is the way that we like to play. Misbehave, Rama J whole day. If you can't take the jamming, go. So that's the original like spiral
Right.
of the idea.
Yeah.
Like their neighbors are complaining about it, but you're really dancing to this shit. Like you wanted to be around the culture. That's what you wanted. That's what you. Hey Billy, get past me the kale chips. The band's playing Oye Como Va down the block as they sit on the 15th floor of their skyrise and pet their Shih Tzu. These
Right.
are my friends. I go hang out with them. They're wonderful. I like kale chips. But when they start calling the cops because, it's disturbing their salamander growth
Right.
in the living room.
Yeah, but there
That's,
was also like a
yeah.
this. I think that almost made the newspaper. There was a
Oh,
serial 911 caller. You know what I mean? Where she and
Katie or
I
Kathy or something
yeah.
like
Well,
that.
we don't got to say names, right? But
No,
she
fuck. Oh, forget her.
yeah. Thank you. Kid friendly.
You're good. You're good.
Culture effects is for the kids. Yeah, but basically
Fuck she
this
right.
this individual she was called, she didn't even live near where the band was practicing. That's the
No.
other piece. She she lived a couple blocks away, and she just didn't like the idea of a steel band just practicing in this lot. It was the strangest thing.
Huh.
But I don't want to give that too much shine, but that just speaks to where this song comes from and the history of Go. Um So I want to move into maybe another song. You
Okay.
talked about a little West Coast vibe, so I'm gonna play that.
Oh,
This is
also
what it is.
at the end of Go, I do have to say this. At the end
Mhm.
of Go,
Mm-hmm.
Andre and Kareem do pan history justice.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, if you think the first 2 minutes was nice, the last three,
Yeah,
hey, let me tell you something.
yeah. You like the
Okay,
fade
I'm gonna leave
out.
that.
You like the fade out.
Yeah,
Okay.
no,
Okay.
it gets
Before
crazy towards the end.
Go ahead.
Okay,
Crazy.
before you start the next song, anyone that has any comments or questions, put it in the question bubble below because I don't want to miss anything. I can highlight it so it doesn't get missed. Continue.
What it is. Oh, that's funny because I faded it out. The volume's still down. Ah! Go ahead, DJ.
What it is, what it is. 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 What it is, what it is.
That's all y'all get. Sorry.
That's
Let me
okay.
tell you
I'll keep
something.
walking in my head.
That's what it is.
Dirty Stink Face, the whole song.
Yep.
Dirty Stink Face. That's the whole song.
Greg said who was dropping the freestyle to this
The
beat.
freestyle to this beat.
The pan is. It's a cipher.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cipher. I'm glad you got that. Let's see.
Kiki said,
Kiki wants
I'd like for my final. She wants her vinyls to be signed.
Oh, for sure. Easy. Done, Kiki.
Nah, don't start that. Where in the world are you? Could be calling from Korea. Listen.
She lives here with me. Well, not in my house, but in the same province, in the same city.
That's fine. That works. Okay, nice.
Okay.
You know, I don't know if I should give this out right now, but I feel like this is if Sugar Boom Boom drank a Four Loco.
You're hilarious.
Hey, I'm sorry, y'all.
You're hilarious.
What it is what it came out of that. I should play Sugar Boom Boom.
Was that your thought process for that song?
In a twisted way, absolutely.
Okay.
That was not my thought process. That was not my thought process. Let me go through my thought process. What?
Let me play Sugar Boom Boom. I'm
still trying to.
You
know when you're eating ice cream and then you taste something fishy? You don't know how does the brain? What did I just eat? What was that? A shrimp? What was?
And I'm an A and B this too. Sugar Boom. Dang, they spelled that all wrong. All right, there you go. So Sugar Boom Boom is a Kitchener classic for people that don't know.
89. And you have to bust out the wine.
Rock to this just for a little second. Yo, this song has no snare.
None. The longest intro ever.
I was about to say, no lyrics?
It's like a 4-minute intro.
When you get that sugar, darling, there is nothing sweeter. You make me sweet, you make me warm, you make me feel like velvet torn.
So in a twisted way, I think it's there.
No,
I can play. Yeah, I can play it for reference. Hold on,
no,
Quinn. It's
no.
okay if you don't hear it. It's okay.
I'm just letting you know that that day that was not what was going through my mind.
So
I know.
what was going through your mind?
Okay.
Wait, let me play it first, and then let them. There you go. Go ahead, Quinn. Those that
So I
need to
have,
get it will get it. Don't worry.
that's fine. I have always heard this song as Michael Jackson in the A section, Snoop Dogg in the B section. So here's why. Here's what I'm getting at.
Okay.
That beginning part is very Thriller, Billie
Mm-hmm.
Jean to me. Like
Okay.
the bass line sets everything. And then
Mhm.
the melody comes in this kind of like high singing, flirtatious. See, that's how I'm getting Michael Jackson. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Then ba 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 da 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 da. Snoop has this way of rapping the same syllabic phrase over and over.
Yeah.
And in my mind, all those piano parts are underneath like a crip walk. Like that whole B section is just a crip walk.
Mm-hmm.
With a
You hear me?
with Scott, yeah, with like a Scott Storch classical piano.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
There you go. Then the last time I told you was Harry Potter because I wanted it to feel like it went from like a very funky groove to like shifting into different colors of
But
dark
Quint,
purple, dark green. Yeah, but
Okay.
that's the
how you
beauty.
coming with
That's
Sugar
the
Boom Boom?
that's
Sugar
the
Boom Boom
beauty
is
of that's the beauty of perception. Everybody will hear it a different way, though, right?
I don't know what you hear. You hearing beauty? You hearing Sugar Boom Boom in depth?
Hey,
Hey,
On Four Loco.
Danielle kind of she felt it. She felt it. She laughed.
she's laughing at you.
No, relax. You know what
Okay,
though?
just because you're laughing at the same time, you know what? Quentin, stop.
This is a great time, Quint, to talk about the pre-order that's available and out right now
Yeah.
Oh
for
my
the
God.
album
For all
4D
the new
Culture.
No,
people that joined us. Yes.
no, I'm bad
So
with dates. Can you remind me November
10th,
10th?
2024. Mm-hmm. And actually, so the pre-order is live currently on the iTunes Music Store, the Amazon Music Store, Spotify, and Apple Music, and basically anywhere you get music. But those are the places that I've seen it. So if you follow our page at the underscore culture underscore EFX, you'll see it under our link in the bio. Just add the pre-order, and yeah, the album comes out 11/10, November 10th, 2024. Anybody got any questions or anything?
Joe
We got
just said done and done, pre-ordered.
ah
Thank you.
go
Oh
Joe. Thank
my
you.
God, that is
Diana in
so
the house.
nice. Can you
He
pre-order
just said,
four
let me go
more
open my
and give them to
Spotify
your
real quick.
friends for
So people are
Christmas?
going. Sorry, go ahead, Quinn.
So I'm actually curious to ask your audience this question specifically. This is gonna be
Yeah.
kind of weird.
No, go
So I'm gonna
ahead.
treat all of you like a focus group right now. If you can just follow me through my questions and respond in the chat with an appropriate answer. What would make your friends more likely to buy this album? You
Oh
know me,
boy.
you love me.
Glenn,
What would make your friends more likely? I have to ask this question. I'm
good.
not interested in the people that love me. I'm like Christ. I
Eh,
come to save who's lost, who don't know I exist.
well, if anybody wants to indulge in the question, you can answer that.
Put
But I want to
that's
ask
why I
another
put in the
question.
chat. Put it in
Put
the
it in
chat. Put it in the
Put it
chat.
the chat.
in the chat.
Yeah.
Also, put them flames in the chat if you like what you're hearing so
Yes.
far.
Yes. Joe already said, you know what I'm going to say, and started laughing. So,
Gil, don't
I want
let
to give a
nobody know
shout
we
out.
know each other. Don't
Oh,
let
there it
nobody know we
is.
know
I got
each
to
other,
give a
man.
shout out to my niece Kamari. Thank you.
yes. Hello,
Love you. Love you. Love
Kamari.
you. Thank you
Who's in the chat?
for the
So, have you
flames.
guys thought about putting this out to movies, TV shows, cartoons, anything? Have you guys thought of
Funny
that?
you said that. Yeah, actually, we're in communication with a sync license person right now. Actually, that's
Okay.
funny you said that. So
Okay.
yeah, absolutely. And you know,
Nice.
I'm gonna say this too. The Little Mermaid, the musical director for that was Lin Manuel Miranda, which is cool, but you know, it'd be nice to get us into those rooms for the Caribbean music. You know what I mean? Like he did a good job, but you know, there's a level of authenticity when it comes to recreating calypso that I just you know what I mean.
Right.
It'd be nice to be a part of that. For any not just us, for anybody from the community to be a part of that. You know what I mean? The
Mm-hmm.
way
Yeah.
Ralph McDonald was able to be a part of that in the '70s. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Judah just said, give me a music video of a snippet of your song to send to friends.
Actually, we have a snippet on our Instagram today. We released Sting. We have a
Okay.
snippet of Sting. Yeah,
Okay.
it's a 3D animation actually. So check it out.
Nice.
All
All
right, so I guess
right.
I like this idea of the music video because it's out there. How do you all feel about AI music videos that are produced by the very same artists, but rendered by AI? So not a traditional music video where someone follows you around with the camera. It could be that we do some movements or something. I'm just curious. I gotta ask these questions now that I got somebody to give me some answers that are, unique.
Interesting. That's all I'm gonna say. Just interesting.
Interesting. It depends on how it looks, of course. It's always
That
about
too.
how it looks.
That too. Yeah. Has to be done well.
I'm gauging how people are being receptive to AI imagery. I'm seeing it a lot in advertising for new albums
Hmm.
and everything.
Yeah.
So,
I'm an old school. I like to see the actual video
okay.
done by actual people.
Yeah, that takes
Yeah.
me away.
Greg says
Yeah,
AI. Nope, that takes away from the art.
yeah. AI. I'm not excited about generative created music. I'm not.
Hmm.
AI generated music. I'm not excited about it. I
Scary.
think there's some other cool uh spaces for it to work. Like if you need a business plan, you know what I mean. If you
Hmm.
need somebody to calculate some your gross and net information, yeah, AI all day. But
Of
you see
course.
when you start getting into like seasoning the food, making my
Hmm.
clothes for me, nah, I need a human touch for that.
Exactly. I
It,
agree.
it has a place. It definitely has a
Yeah.
place.
Mm.
You know. Actually, we could talk about mixing this album. We could talk about
Yeah.
that process and just miking the pan properly, or not even
Wow.
properly, miking it to fit the genre or the sonic environment it has to live in. So
Okay. Yeah.
what it is, if you notice, we carved out a lot of space for the instrument to actually breathe. There's no vocals. It's basically kick, snare, uh,
Pan and keys.
guitar, keys, lead, double second, and a sample to give it that hip
Right.
Hmm.
hop side. Um, and then a bunch of reverb for the Snoop Dogg section that Quint hears in his head.
I write the piano music for it. I could call it whatever I want.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah. Do you have any questions actually about that? The engineering and
Yeah. I
percussion.
was gonna say
Right,
and
Trey.
percussion. Yeah. That actually be a good thing to answer because a lot of people do recordings and they don't mix properly or the mic is not in the right spot for the spaces they're in. So if you guys can explain the way that you guys did your process, I
Yeah,
think that might help a lot of hand players in this room.
yeah, hundred
Okay,
percent.
okay, hold on. Before Sheldon begins, let me explain.
Okay.
You all do not understand. Oh, he's this way, right? You all do not
Well, he's this way
understand.
from me.
You know what? You do not understand what level of genius Sheldon is when it comes to frequency, right?
Hmm.
Things that we would not at all notice are screaming at him in a mix. And when he
Hmm.
then adjusts it in the mix, you have like an acknowledgement of your own ignorance. Like, I didn't realize that, like, there was so much mud and like odd stuff just floating around in mixes that he seems to be able to isolate and immediately cancel out. I mean, OCD on another level, mind you. But continue. I just want to acknowledge his genius.
I mean, on that point, thank you, Glenn. I appreciate that. But on that point, you know, pianists have great ears, especially if they play within a steel band or have for a few years. We do have great ears,
Hmm.
but I think when you're talking about mixing and sonics, you're listening for something completely different. You're listening for space. You're listening for um, clarity in a different way, though. I mean, it's tough to kind of put into words. It's just a different ear. Like most people don't even know you can have perfect pitch, which is the ability to basically identify a note, right? But
Yeah.
people out here also have perfect frequency, like the perfect pitch in terms of frequency. They can tell you that's 250 kilohertz. You know what I mean? Like, which is a whole different kind of hearing. You know what I mean? To me,
Right.
it's just a
Yeah.
different approach opposed to like, oh, that's a D minor 7 flat 5, or you know what I mean? It's just a different approach. I mean, I think if you're going into, if you're a panelist going in the studio and you don't have a lot of information and you don't know how to communicate with an engineer,
Mhm.
first things first, if you're in the live room recording, have an ear on the other side listening to what's happening.
Yeah.
You got to have somebody on the other side
A
listening.
discriminating ear, not your mother.
Not a yes man.
Yeah. Yeah, no yes man. But definitely you want somebody that is listening on the other side, which generally is a producer. But
Yeah.
if you don't have a producer yet, you know what I mean? Just have somebody listening on the other side. You know what I mean? I also like this too. Prince, this is a Prince technique. If you don't get it in 3 takes, forget it. Try something else. I think there's a bit of truth
Okay.
to that.
Okay.
It's not true for everyone, but there is some truth to that. It's almost like it's not settled into your spirit. Whatever your idea is, it's not settled into you yet. So you might not be ready to.
Sorry, Kendra just made a comment. Hear that, Danny? When are we getting to the studio?
Yeah. Listen.
It will happen. Just give me a minute.
There's a psychological study about when people are anxious and they start to manipulate things on their body, and the height of their anxiety.
Yep. Yep.
I see you yanking out them roots in the back there, girl. Why you nervous so? Why you nervous so?
Yeah. The studio scares me. That's the thing.
Why?
It scares me. I'd rather be in
It's permanent.
my house and just in my own little bubble.
Oh, I get what you're saying. You like the privacy
Yeah.
or the intimacy of
Yeah.
creating. Yeah, I forget. Is it Eminem? I think Eminem is like that. He kicks everybody out of the studio and he just records himself. And I can feel that. I mean, me personally, I could do either or, but
Yeah.
I see the value in both. Whereas like Biggie Smalls, or not even Biggie Smalls. Let me give you somebody more current. But like some people like a party in the studio, like a Kanye West. He likes to have a bunch of people in there. But I mean, I get both sides because when you have a lot of people in there, you can get a bunch of opinions. It's like it's a listening session at that point.
Right.
But then there's like, what if it's something so personal that you're not really ready for everybody to experience at that moment,
Right.
and you got to sit with it before you put it out. You know what I mean? So I see both sides of it. It just depends on, I guess, what you're writing about.
I see
But
someone
it's
shaking
all
her
about
head no.
temperament. It's a temperament thing. It's just a temperament thing. Because if you okay, so this is my study. Remember, I did philosopher. Yeah, and study this nonsense. Introverts or people that prefer an intellectual approach to things, right? You'll find that those two things tend to work together, and it is because they experience very strong, overwhelming, spontaneous, acute emotion, and that screws up their sense of stasis, right? So we like when we are alone in the studio, when there's not a disturbance, when we're almost can you all turn around and go down the block while I go record this?
Yeah.
Because I just want to have absolutely no other energy disturb what's already a storm inside me that I'm trying to put out.
Yeah.
The opposite are the extroverts that often get validation from the level of reality that they're grabbing. So I've seen this phenomenon with like Bugsy in the Pan Yard. When there are the tried and true faithful of like 25 people there, the arrangement is one way, his attitude is one way. When you break that 65, 70 number, the arrangement shifts, the attitude shifts, where it's like he's actually like reflecting or digesting and regurgitating the energy of the amount of people. And he
Right.
needs that friction. He needs to see the children run around. He needs to see the guy in the back with the roti in one hand trying to play the tenor bass with a stick.
Mhm.
Like sometimes they need that. And I think
Yeah.
that's just like Kanye. Like he needs to see people alive to generate his sense of flow. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, you
I
want
can write
to
this
see
book.
how
I
people
can write this
react
book.
for sure, for
I don't.
sure.
I don't want to see nothing. Thi-
And actually,
I'm
there's
the same way.
there's one more thing I forgot to mention too. "Can You Feel Love" is actually the first single that we released, and that's currently out. That's also on iTunes. "Can You Feel Love?" But if you search Culture Effects, you'll see it.
Hmm.
Yeah, we released that last year. It's a little R&B joint. Yeah.
That's one of my
Happy
favorite.
happy birthday. Happy
Thank
early
you.
birthday to you.
Thank you. I'm gonna kill
Quint, you got a little
Sandra, by
Quint,
the way.
you got a piano back there? Yeah, well you have I don't have nothing back here right now. Yeah, come on, man.
Oh,
Little hook
Serenade.
coming. We coming. We almost died. We almost died here. Don't mind that. Don't mind that. Don't mind that.
Come
Harry?
on,
all
Quint.
good.
Give me
Oh,
some
you
music there.
don't have to do that? Okay.
I
Oh,
live
thank
way.
you.
We want a live way. We want a live way now. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, how's happy birthday? How's the Bugsy? How's Bugsy's birthday party go? Okay, okay.
Thank you.
Niceness.
I will
Yeah.
clip that. I'll clip that.
Niceness. Niceness.
Thank you.
All you see is
Legendary.
ass and chords. There's too much ass and chords in the video,
Yeah.
but all right, that's fine.
Yeah.
Real
Thank
hips.
you, guys.
So all things Pan family.
Mhm.
Anybody got any questions or any testimonials
Yes.
that they want to give? Maybe come on.
Comments. Yes. I was gonna ask you,
Yeah, go.
because you guys have been working on this album for a while,
Yes. I almost
like a
feel like
long time.
I almost feel like our whole lives, like for real.
Yeah, like a
But
long time. So, did you guys just do those songs for the album, or did you have a lot more and just chose those set of songs for that album?
We have a whole other album that you don't know about that we just
Oh, okay.
and
yeah,
we're not
yeah,
even joking. Like we have an album of music that we would like, no.
yeah. We're worse than like Dr. Dre or like a D'Angelo. We might be worse. Yeah, but there's a lot more music on the way. This is just the beginning. So
Nice. Okay,
your
I just
feedback.
asked how many tracks are on the project, and I said 10.
10.
Is that correct?
That's
10.
a fact. Yep, 10.
Okay. Continue. I didn't mean to
Cool.
interrupt.
10. And no, I was just trying to think. Yeah.
What was your thought process for the album? Because you literally have everything. You have R&B, you have reggae, you have West Coast, you have everything. So what was are you telling a story through this album? Is it like
it wasn't thoughts. That's the thing. It just wasn't thoughts. To me it was more music that we want to hear.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like but
we
written
kind of
from the
made up
perspective
our
of this
mind.
instrument.
Yeah, we just made up our mind that if it didn't feel good, we weren't going to do it. Like we weren't going to write something heady. Like sometimes we write things because they're like an intellectual expounding, like, oh, this was this cool thing that I figured out. Nah,
right?
we wanted it to feel like homemade soup. Like every thing is like some
Exactly.
kind of homemade meal with a nuance to it that's like, nah, my mother just put a little anchovy and take it. Like it has to be like that. That's how everything is. You feel that little umami.
Right.
I
So
feel I think we should go ahead, sorry.
No, you can do the song. I can ask after.
No. Go.
Okay. So I was gonna ask, how did each song come about? Like, what was the thought process? Was it like the song, like the writing came first? Did the beat come first? Did Pan come first?
Each song is a little different. So
A little different? Okay.
So like Sting, I had demos for Sting, Can You Feel Love, and I think if It's True. I had demos for those, and I just sent them to Dre and I sent them to Kaz, and they was like, oh, this is dope. We should, and then they added their magic to it.
Okay.
Journey, me and Dre wrote together at the same time. Remember, this was Zoom, right?
Yeah.
What it is, me, Khuent, Dre at the same time. Go is Khuent primarily, and we kind of just, produce some things here and there, but that majority of song was Khuent.
Well, the melody and the lyrics are Kawhi's genius.
Oh yeah, I
He
was getting to Kawhi. My
he
bad,
he
Kawhi.
he like modernized the. I a little kind of calypso. I'm really a comedian, so
Yeah, he brought a different thing to that.
Okay.
He brought a different light to that. He brought some LA vibes, some New York vibes. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And you'll meet Kawhi soon. Probably maybe this Wednesday. Actually, we're doing our listening session this Wednesday, and
Nice.
he'll be talking about his process on Wednesday. But yeah, I think each song was kind of a different vibe, and we're trying to the next album will be much more in the same space collaborative.
Hmm.
Maybe somebody brings a drum loop and then Khuent comes up with a crazy harmonic pattern, or maybe Khuent comes up with a crazy drum. Like it's crazy. It's like a kalaloo or a stew. It's like it's like people
like I
just
throw something in there,
throwing
and
things
then
into a pot.
it's like
It's
we know
literally that.
how to speak each other's unique
Yeah.
languages. So when we
Hmm.
communicate musically, we know how to color each other's coloring. It's like we know how to make the frequencies work. We know how to make the grooves feel natural and organic, even if it's spontaneous to all of us.
But you
Right.
know what I think it is though, Quint? It's because all three of us can arrange.
Yeah,
Okay.
we all think orchestra. Like
Yes.
every note is tied to an orchestra.
Yeah.
Every chord is tied to a section of people playing it. Yeah,
A very
that's
holistic
true.
holistic picture that I think,
Okay.
which can also be a challenge.
Yeah,
But so
yeah.
far it hasn't been a challenge. It's been
No,
smooth sailing so far. So
yeah.
yeah.
We respect each other's space both musically,
Hmm.
socially, and emotionally. Like we can tell when it's like, okay, I've annoyed him.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Um, and sometimes it's I've annoyed him with my writing process. I've annoyed him with my playing. I've annoyed him with my habits. Like it can
Hmm.
be stuff like that that we're highly sensitive to each other about. Um, yeah.
So let me
Okay.
let me ask the audience. I'm thinking about playing one of two songs. So can you feel love? I told you that's out already. Part of me wants to play that because it's out already, and you can support that now. Or Sting, which we just released a small snippet of a 3D animation on our Instagram page. Y'all choose. I'll wait for some people to chime in. Either Sting or Can You Feel Love?
I will say Sting so people can put more traction on your YouTube channel and go check that out.
Oh, yeah, Sting
She
is
has
on the Instagram
spoken.
page. Uh-oh. Dre says Sting. Joe
Joe said
says
Sting.
Sting. All right, all right, all right, all right. All right. Well,
That's
let's wait.
straight. Look at that. That's
Oh, I got bees.
Demoy.
What up, Demoy?
Leave it to a millennial, boy. Let me tell you
Demoy,
something.
you coming on the live to talk about your review of what you heard so far?
Yeah,
Corey Sting.
come on.
All right, there it is. All right, after this, Demoy, come through.
I have my stalkers on here, boy.
All right, here's Sting, y'all. I keep fading. See this fade out. Yeah, I need to get
Gotta
my.
remind yourself, turn it back up.
Yeah, man.
Fire the DJ. Fire the
Nah, you
DJ.
can never fire the DJ.
I mean,
Sting, the stroke of your sweet, sweet thing. It's so numb, I can move anything. Don't know why I let you do that to me. Yeah, she buzzing, yeah. Caught up in a love, yeah. She buzzing, yeah. been alive. The heat's calling, it's calling, it's falling. Silly repetition back and forth with the quality. I'm just only looking for the peace, my darling. If this the way the cookie crumble, please don't start it. Basking in the flow while the rain is falling. But the beat don't lie, but them tips get me every time. Got them sugar, caught me by surprise, yeah. Blinded just by all these skies, yeah. I'm so low, 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 low. Loud, sting your love. Sting, love struck off your sweet, sweet thing. Be so numb, I can't move anything. Don't know why I let you do that to me.
Joe gonna kill me for these fade outs. It's all love though.
Turn your volume back up.
Gotta save something, man. Gotta save
You
something
do.
for the 10th.
Kiki just
Gotta keep
said,
it.
still hearing some Frank Ocean again with the vocals. Different still. Love it.
Okay. Thank you, Kiki. Kiki.
Mhm.
Da-da-da-da.
Nice. Yeah, that's her intro.
It is. It
Someone put
is.
a question in the question bubble, but for some reason it's not coming up. So if you want to put it in the chat, you might have to. Sorry about that. I don't know what's going on with
Instagram.
Instagram. Yeah.
Instagram. Come on,
Yeah.
get your question, get your Q&A section right.
Right?
Yeah. Questions time.
Question
If y'all got questions,
time.
now's the time.
You have vocals. Why did you choose that person? Is it family? Is it a friend? Was there other options?
Trying to keep some of it. I'm trying to keep some mysticism.
I mean, you can say yes or no. You had options.
Yeah,
You just decided that you
of
like that
course
person.
we had no. Of course we had options.
Okay.
But Kawhi is such a great writer. He's such a great writer and vocalist, and he's unique. I got hip to his music. I mean, 2018, 2017.
Okay.
And yeah, I've been following him closely for sure. You know, and he has a Caribbean roots as well, so it just made sense, and I think it's a perfect fit for what we're doing with the pan. Like a lot of it is the pan, the timbre of the instrument and the vocal and the voice. Sorry. As well as like the crash cymbal. They're all in the same kind of space. So you have to really carve out a nice, comfortable, audibly pleasant sound.
Yeah.
You can listen to pan and you can get ear fatigue very quickly.
And that's one thing people don't realize.
Yeah, you're getting ear fatigue. You don't even know it. Like you're just like, I turn that off now. So I spent a lot of time just like playing with different things. I give some game. The de-esser is it's like a compressor. It's a great tool to tame harsh frequencies. It's called a de-esser. But yeah, it's just making. How do I put this? It's like my voice when I was like 10 was like, man, can you stop talking so high? Like, why you got this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you hit puberty and your voice breaks and it becomes a bit more easy to listen to. It kind of settles in a way. That's like what the de-esser does, you know? Yeah, all them little high, small notes that in that lead behind you there. If the what do I want to say? The input gain isn't set well. You'll go deaf coming through some speakers.
Yeah.
So, yeah, ear fatigue is real. Did that question ever come through?
Yeah, there's a couple questions. Chris just said, "Where and when is the live premiere of this?" I'm assuming this album.
Yeah, we working on that. Like I said, let's let the music drop first and kind of just enjoy that process first. One step at a time.
Okay.
The live is going to be the easiest piece of this because we're all performers. That's going to be easy. That's The harder part is, I think, everything else, you
Right.
know. But
And then
with your support, we can move mountains.
there we go. Joe has a question. When is that merch drop?
Oh yeah, this is dang Joe, you on my back today. So this is the hoodie.
Okay.
Yeah. You can't get the back. Well, I can't get the back says CFX in the same
Okay.
round thing. But yeah, this is the hoodie. So merch coming soon, but I think vinyl coming 2025. Yeah. Vinyl coming 2025. We want to kind of wear the merch and get the merch right, like
Yeah.
the cut, the quality, um, and just test out a couple of things before we actually give it to our supporters. You know what I mean? We got to make sure
That
y'all
makes
right.
sense. We
Yeah,
appreciate
we want to get it right first.
that. We appreciate that.
100%.
I would like a hoodie,
100%.
and I would like a shirt, and I would like a pair of
Easy.
sweats. Winter's
Easy.
coming here.
Well, it's always winter in Canada. I'm just playing.
I'm not gonna say you're not lying, but
They have flowers. They have flowers.
Hey, let me. This is a bit random. It's not too random because we're talking about Canada, but yo,
Mhm.
y'all know people go on cruises in Alaska.
Yep, it's a thing.
Yes.
That's the thing. Like it,
That's a
like
thing.
You
snow
don't have body
frozen.
fat. That's why you don't like cold. You don't have body
Okay,
fat. You see? You
Quint.
want to talk about it? I'm on. You and my brother, y'all have the same thing. Y'all don't want to go nowhere cold, and then you got weirdos like me in the middle of the winter walking around with a t-shirt, and they're like, "Why are you walking around with a t-shirt? It's cold outside." No, you just don't got no body fat. Okay,
You're funny.
I'm just
You're
sorry.
funny.
I am. I
Uh,
Kiki. Yes.
yeah, I was
Yeah. Go
gonna
ahead.
say
Go
there's a
ahead.
couple questions that came through. Kiki just said, didn't find the pre-save on Spotify. Maybe it's a Canada thing, but
It's
but
not. It's not a Canadian thing. I know it's in iTunes. It's in Apple Music. It's definitely in Spotify. Because
okay,
DistroKid has like its own section dedicated to Spotify. So it's definitely in Spotify. Search for D Culture in Spotify. For the number 4D and then culture.
am.
okay, and then
I think we missed a question. Judah has a good
yeah,
question.
Judah
I
has a
think we missed one.
question. When it comes to composition, is it better to create as much as you can, or to refine what you already created? Does that same apply to
One
albums?
more time.
When it comes to composition, is it better to create as much as you can, or refine what you already created? Does the same apply to albums?
I would love to answer this question.
Okay,
Can I go? Can
go
I
for it.
go first?
Oh,
Can I go
No,
first? Correct.
I'm joking.
oh.
Go for it. Go for it.
Um, when creating, right?
Hmm.
It's almost a conversation. Like you don't want to say too much to the point where they can't retain any of what you just said. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I think I think less can be more actually. And Quint's probably on the opposite side of that, but I think less can be more. Like even as a drummer, I could talk about playing the drum set. Like where I am today is more about clear communication of ideas.
Okay.
And how well and how masterful I can do that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Is
He's giving you the
you
look.
done?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, my G. Go ahead.
Okay, so Sheldon's perspective is someone stoked in performance. Yeah, yeah. Sheldon has been like A class tier drummer and performer, and I think he used to play trombone or trumpet or something. No, that was Dre played trombone. What? No, you played some other.
No, I
You played
played
sax.
trumpet too.
Oh, you
Trumpet.
did. See, I was
Yeah.
right. Okay. See, okay.
Freddie
So
Freeloader.
they've been doing this from ever. Oh, oh shit. They've been doing this since they were little kids. Yeah. Um. So that thing where you've been performing eventually makes you more precise. Like your thing is going to always be how precise I get it, how precise I communicate what I'm thinking, how precise did I perform it. Like precision is the aim. So I started on the opposite end. I started mostly composing when I was a kid. So I got like this. Well, to answer this question, this crate
Okay. Okay.
is full of music no one on the planet has heard. There's two symphonies, a short opera, two screenplays, a whole bunch of stuff for piano and steel pan, like random. Because the question was about do I refine old work or just keep pumping it out? The answer is yes. The answer is yes. Here's why. When I went to Brooklyn College, I studied with Tanya Leone. And her thing was high output, high precision. She wanted you to be at optimal frequency at all time. So what that actually requires, if you're an early composer, is actually to write a lot. You have to physically write a lot. It's like you want to be an athlete, you have to run. Where? Just run. You have to get accustomed to running. So if you're in the early stages of writing, you just have to do your best to get it out so that you can refine the technique of getting it out.
Right.
Then after it's out, you work on the technique of making it precise. Because if you work, a lot of composers stop because if they come from the performer end and they don't have the discipline to really get to the end of their music, what happens is that need for it to be precise stunts them from continuing to do the damn writing process. So it's not messy,
That's
don't
the
sound right, it
truth.
don't feel right.
That's
And
the truth.
I, unfortunately, started, oh, Jesus, almost fell off my chair. Started to do that a lot, which is why I have all of this wonderful music that no one's heard that I've decided I'm going to do. So I would say if you have more music that people have not heard than music people have heard, you should pause and refine what you've done and develop those techniques. If you ain't write a damn thing and all your music still sounds like bunky, keep writing.
100%.
Okay.
I agree with that.
There you go.
Dre, what up?
Andre,
Yo,
where is he?
what's up?
How we
He's not
flying the
showing up on my
flag
screen.
today? We holding it up?
Yeah, good.
Good.
I'm good. I'm good.
All right.
Do you have an answer to the question that was earlier, or
Which question? What was it?
about the composition? I can read it again. Hold on.
Oh, the one I drew up.
Yeah.
I'm not putting up.
Yeah.
When it comes to composition, let me read it real quick. I think that was kind of our process, Sheldon. I think we created like a bunch of tracks that didn't really make this album. But it was good because we got to flesh out what was, what fit the track, like what fit the album, the perspective. Like not every song is gonna fit the project and what the project was meant to be. So, and then you never know. You hold on to what's happening, and you never know. Like 2, 3 albums down later, you can use what you was working on before. So I definitely think it's better to do more than not to do anything.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
He's right. That was the process.
Yeah.
He's right. He's 100% right about that.
There's at least like 4 or 5 tracks that we did that didn't really make the cut.
But might make another album kind of thing.
Right.
Yep.
I know I can tell you for sure my solo album is gonna be like 2 of those tracks. It's about 2 of those tracks that didn't make.
When is
get ready.
solo album coming out?
There's albums coming. There's a bunch of albums coming. Don't worry. This is the first. This is the beginning.
Okay. So I see a Grammy in your guys' future, is what I'm hearing.
Listen, that's the plan.
Touring.
That's
Touring.
Touring
I want
touring
it
than
all.
Grammy? Or?
But I'm selfish. I'm greedy. I want it all.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, I was looking for the album on Spotify. I can't find it either.
Yeah. So use that link that we posted on our Instagram page.
Yeah, I was going to
try that link.
say.
I'm going to check Spotify right now while I'm online as well.
So for everyone, make sure you follow the Culture FX, EFX, and
FX,
EFX. I just want to make sure like it's not spelled effects, EFX. And follow that link.
I have a question for you. So
maybe I can answer.
Yeah, 100%. What was your experience in Canada, with your background and culture? Because I
In what
mean,
way?
okay, so we're from the States, so we understand what our experience was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I've never heard much about the experience in Canada in terms of being a first generation Korean person. Like I'll put it to you like this:
Hmm.
when I was going to Catholic school in D.C., right,
Yeah.
and my mom would try to pack me a roti, and the kids had Sunny D and what was that little Lunchables thing?
Hmm.
I used to throw my roti in a trash can and get the Lunchable because of the packaging. Like, you
Interesting.
know, I'm being real with you. That was kind of like because I didn't understand the beauty of that roti. Like, obviously now that I
Right.
get it, but
Yeah.
as a kid, the assimilation is so. Um, and it might even be different for y'all because y'all were in New York, which has a much stronger, I think, Caribbean presence than DC did at the time.
Hmm.
But this was a real thing. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I'm sure it's like that for a kid living in Kansas who got Trinity folks or a kid living in Arizona. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I'm just curious to know.
I think, well, for me growing up, culture was very accepting. So there was kids that were Asian that would bring their home cooked meals, East Indian. Even my mom gave me like palau and curry or stewed chicken, and I ate that, and I was proud of it. There was no, there wasn't really any. Everyone was just accepting. Honestly, I didn't have any issue. In my sisters may say something different, but for me growing up, it wasn't that crazy. It was just normal for me.
Dope, dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I just
But you
remember.
stop.
I just remember middle school kids being a bit more, a bit rude about it. You know what I mean? About different cultures that they didn't understand. I think it was an age rage thing more than anything else. And,
Mm.
it took, my mother used to send me to Trinidad. She started sending me to Trinidad, like, no, you're going to get this culture. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you born here, but you're going to get this culture. So I think that kind of helped kind of flip things over for me. But I
Okay.
do want to be honest and speak to that experience as well. Because I know I'm not the only person that went through something similar to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. There's
Um,
a couple questions that came in. Judah just said,
or
"How do how do how do you know which to keep and when to cut? When do you make music that you like to hear, but how much does considering the typical music consumer affect those higher level decisions?" Go for it. Go for it.
I'll let go.
I mean,
Okay.
uh, so okay, so a good technique that I use, if I don't want to hear it a month later or even 2 weeks later, then it's not it for me. At least not currently.
I mean, it ain't ready.
It ain't ready.
Mm.
Put
Not ready.
it back on to cook. It's undercooked.
Yeah. Put the
That's my
pot
answer.
back on the stove.
Got you.
Let it bubble a little bit.
Yeah,
Got
like
you.
part of, I mean, that's a habit of not just Caribbean music, but especially people that play within steel band. If it does not have an effect on your nervous system, like if I don't feel a shift in my emotional state, my mind, if I don't have some kind of alteration before the song ends, it's definitely not ready. Because what the hell did I write it for?
That's a
Right.
fact.
Yeah.
There's like
Yeah,
a head high that you get
that's
like right
what you
here.
have. Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what
I just
I
feel it
mean?
anyway. I don't want to tell you where to feel it, but yeah, I just feel it.
Culture effects is for the kids.
What?
Disclaimer.
How do you make? Listen, you know what? I'm gonna not. Okay.
Tisha says, "Do you plan to release there?" I don't know what she's
uh,
referring to.
do we play? Oh yeah, I'm checking Spotify too.
Okay. Um, Kendra just said, "Throw good roti." You're mad. And she also said, for her in junior high, I started going to school in Canada. Made fun of people the way she spoke. So what happens? Ignorance is real.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And not just the food piece. My mother used to say, Sheldon. I'm like, Ma, can you stop saying my name like that? Just say Sheldon. Like everybody else, being
So
at that age, you don't
that
really get it.
I do think this is funny. So I had to learn to acquire Caribbean accents to survive.
Mm,
So If
Hmm.
you,
Okay.
Because
okay,
New York,
so in
Yeah.
no steel band, not New
that too
York.
though. But I'm
Mm.
just saying, yeah,
Uh,
I'm just
uh,
saying
the,
the culture of
the Jamaican hears you attempt a Jamaican accent and laughs at you. They just snicker. They just snicker. The Panamanian listens to you butcher Spanish. They just kind of look at you and smile backwards. The Trini suck their teeth. Why you talking like that? Okay. In a steel band, because I happen to play very well, I got noticed. But the problem is that if they notice you and then they speak to you and you're putting on your best transatlantic accent, or you sound like you're from Brooklyn, you know what I mean? And they don't like that too much when you come sound like you from the hood, man. Man, again, that shit that's not cool at all. So I
Right.
had to learn to talk like this. Hello, how are you? Good day. Would I get some tulum with my tea, please? You have to like learn all the weird things to survive in that densely Trinidadian culture. And every American that I know that can't hide that they're an American learns to assimilate very quickly to survive because it's very cutthroat. When you start working with the top 5% of like elite players,
Mm-hmm.
they haze you. They laugh at you. We
Good to
laugh
know.
at you.
Interest. Well, that's good to know.
You can't roll, you can't roll. You don't know the changes to the song. You're trying. You're only playing blues scales, chromatics, only chromatics up and down. It's okay, you're cute. And we walk by you and we encourage you. We say, that's sounding good. And then we go back to each other. Don't listen to that man again. Oh God, if you play me, coming. Right? When you get, but that's the thing. I had to learn how to deal with that because it's not just in steel band. It's in every high professional work. Dre, mute yourself. I hear everything on your TV,
TV in
Dre.
the background.
Thank you.
yeah.
You'll get it from every high professional. Sheldon, for instance, can you describe to them the kind of tension that you have working on Broadway?
Hmm. The kind of
You got a
tension.
flashback. You see the blinking? Do you see the
Yeah, I saw.
blinking?
Yeah, I saw that.
He's trying to slide the PTSD
Yeah,
over.
Well, yeah, I had a
I saw that.
very yeah. My experience on Broadway was interesting, but and that's actually off Broadway, Quint.
Sorry.
But
I
Same
heard
thing.
still a
Broadway. I
major
sat here
theater,
and
still a major theater. But yeah, I mean that's a very very conservative space. So I don't know how deep into this I mean,
yeah, but we're talking about
culture
when
can be
people are making
conservative too.
money.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
true.
but we're talking about when we're talking about an album release and recording and beautiful pans made by Augustus Caesar, who was Augustus Peters, who's on the chat with us. Amazing instruments. These things cost money. So
Hmm.
the reality of it is if we're also performing at this transformative level, we need to be making money. So the more precise we are, the more we output, the higher into the echelons we go, the higher our incomes are. So there are stresses at the top of the mountain that the valley never sees. Never
True, but
sees.
you know, I'm not worried because we represent the kid, you know, that walked into the steel band that is trying to learn how to roll or trying to play a double pedal on the kick. You know what I mean? And
Because we're
somebody
mountain
pulls him to the side and say,
climbers.
"Hey, boy," you know what I mean? Like we represent that kid. So I'm not. We're going to get the support. You know, we represent. You know, steel band culture in that way as well. You know,
Mm,
all three of
definitely.
us have spent a lot of time in the culture. Um, so yeah, we'll be good. We'll be good, and we'll be back probably on All Things Pan to talk about some other things.
Oh, of course, of course.
For instance, I
Um,
loved your question earlier about the judges not knowing what the judges are judging. No one knows what they're writing down.
hmm.
No one knows. From one judge to the next, they can't describe it.
Yeah, it was a discussion we had last week. It was quite intense. Yeah, yeah. I was gonna ask, since Dre's here, how was your um process when it comes to the pan side or the writing side for you? Did you hear the beat? Did you just play something and just hope it matched? How did it go for you?
Um, Not so every like all the songs were we kind of did like demo versions of every song.
Okay.
So everything that like besides the improvisational stuff, everything was kind of already laid out, almost like pre-arranged, if
Okay.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So we did the song itself. Khuent knew exactly where he had to play. I knew exactly where I had to play. Sheldon knew the bass players knew where to play. And then obviously while we were recording, the intuition of us being improvisational instrumentalists would come into play here and there without obviously doing too much of disrupting what was already laid down. I
Right.
mean, the foundations, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was pretty much the recording process. Like, everything was kind of set up already for us to play. We knew exactly what we needed to play. When it's time to solo, we knew when it's time to solo and stuff like that. But other than that,
Mhm.
I didn't really use, honestly, I didn't use the pen to really do much of the compositional aspect for this album.
Okay.
Because we kind of I mean, to me, this was my thought process about using the instrument. I kind of approached the instrument almost like it was like horns. You know what I mean? Hence the reason why I wanted, I kind of we pushed for another pan player so we could get that full voicing of like a brass section or like a front line. Not in the sense of a steel band term, for like a conventional jazz sextet or quintet or whatever. You know what I mean? You got a trumpet and maybe like a tenor sax or alto sax player. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it was that kind of simulation we was looking for. But yeah, that was the approach for the pad. I was using mostly keyboard to do a lot of the harmonic and melodic ideas, my contributions at least. Because like I said, I mean the album was mostly written amongst the four of us. I mean the next person would have been Kawhi, the vocalist.
Okay. Sheldon looks like he's looking for another song.
No, I was just thinking about Spotify. So Spotify, I see what's happening. So I've been editing some things on the release. So I'm thinking, because I did see it on Spotify a few days ago. So I mean, right now for sure, Apple Music, iTunes, and Amazon Music. You can find it there. But more importantly, look at the click the link in the bio on our page, and you should be good to go there. Can
And this is
you
for
feel
the
love is on
pre-order.
Spotify?
Yes.
Can you feel love is on Spotify currently? So you can let that hold you over for another 3 weeks, right?
Get those numbers up. There.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
What do we
support it,
have to
run
do?
it
man.
up,
Just support it, man.
run
Also
it up, run it
write a
up.
review, man. Please write a
Yes.
review. Reviews help. So we appreciate all the love.
Yes. Yes. If anyone has any questions, please put them in comments. Let us know. If those that joined us from the beginning, what are your thoughts so far about the album? Can you guys give us a hint on what your next album is gonna sound like? Just the exclusive?
It's exclusive.
I kind of got an idea to play a demo. I think how about if I played a demo, y'all, of like
Okay. You can
Sting or
play like
something.
a 30-second snippet.
Yeah, let me pull that up real quick. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Quint.
but
Tell a joke.
that's not the demo. That's not the demo of what's coming up next. That's the demo we did before you.
Yeah, I tried to trick her.
Uh,
um, I mean, what y'all think? It'd be cool to hear. Like, I mean, this question came up so many times. Maybe a demo version of a finished kind of situation. A little snippet. What y'all think?
You don't have to. It's up to you. You let me know. It's okay. For those
Yeah,
that
that's a cheat code.
for those that are
but
just
but
joining.
to answer your question, Daniel, that the next album is still exclusive. It's still we have some ideas. We already kind of put things in motion, but we're gonna keep that under
Okay.
wraps until it's time to put that together.
Okay.
Just know it's gonna be on a much bigger scale than we're doing it right now. That's the best I can offer you.
Okay. That's the exclusive. That's all we're getting. That's okay. That's fine. So wait, hold on. You said you're doing a solo album.
I am doing a solo. That
Okay.
album has been in the works for a long time.
Okay. So for a panist to do a solo album, for those that are trying to do that, how would you approach that? Do you?
Well, I'm calling it a solo album, but like when I mean a solo album, it's gonna be me feature like a similar setup, a similar configuration or uh, orchestration, as the one that Culture Effects is, where it's gonna have maybe like a keys player, uh, another lead instrument with me, drums, percussion, bass. You know what I mean? But this one is gonna more feature me. You know what I mean? It's gonna more feature the band without many vocals. You're gonna have vocals on it, but the pan is gonna be
The highlight.
the main
Star.
focus. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
So that's what I mean my solo album.
Okay.
And more,
The only
you know
reason
what I
why
mean, or
I
more
ask is because,
improvisation.
yeah, the only reason why I ask is because there are albums out there, and it's just a year full of improvisation. I can't talk right now.
Right.
Improvisation, and it just, as we spoke before, ear fatigue, and you're just tired after the second song. So I
Right.
just wanted to get an idea, like, is it going to be that, or is it going to be like a mix of what you just explained? A lot
Nah,
of
you will
vocalists
not
and a
get.
mix of.
You won't get
Yeah,
tired because I'm engineering that. You
Thank
won't
you.
get tired.
yeah. Nah, yeah, and you know, I kind of wanted to do it slightly different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've been exposed to a lot of great like producers, arrangers, and composers within the last year. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And so like you know, I've had different experiences and I've came up with different takes and approaches on how to approach this next album, this whole album. So I want to try some different things and you know, I spoke about this album a few times over the last year or so with Sheldon on how we're gonna approach it. So it's not gonna be too much of, you know, what we would normally think of us, you know what I mean, as a Steelpan solo album. And
Yeah.
guys just ramaging the whole album now.
Hmm.
It's gonna be a lot, you know, it's gonna be produced. We're gonna produce the album
Good.
to make it sound cohesive.
That's good. I'm excited.
Yeah, for sure. I am too. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
It's gonna feature some work for myself, well, a lot of work for myself, a lot of original compositions. Gonna feature some compositions from Sheldon, from Khuent. I got some original compositions from Etienne Charles that's gonna be on
Oh,
there.
nice.
Um, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be dope.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yeah,
Is there,
same.
for all of you, is there an artist you would love to work with to put on your album, your next album?
Anybody wanna go first?
Bugsy.
Bugsy. Okay.
That's who you wanna put on your album?
Yeah,
Bootsy?
I think. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think that's a
I
good.
would. My
That's a good
album,
one.
absolutely.
That's a good one. Uh, uh, Dre, you got somebody?
On my solo album or this culture
Next
effects, like
culture
the culture
effects.
effect.
Help
Next
effect.
culture effects.
I would love to have Kamasi Washington, and I bring him up because I just watched his Tiny Destiny. And I think like he's dope as fuck. Sorry,
I need
excuse
to
my
watch
language.
Black Tiny Desk. I saw little snippets of it, and I'm like, I need to watch it.
And uh
Joel Ross for me.
Okay.
yeah, he'd be dope.
Joel
Joe Ross would
Ross,
be dope.
Okay.
vibraphonist or mallet musician, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah.
Great musician.
Yeah, and I would love to work with like a Tori Kelly or somebody like that. You know what I mean? Some kind of dope vocalist.
Wow.
Yeah,
That'd be dope.
yeah,
That'd be dope.
yeah.
Sandra just said, Andra, she wants a vinyl of your album.
I got you. I got you. Don't worry about that. You safe.
And she wants it signed.
Got
Hey,
you.
hold up. We forgot. When we said we were going to bring somebody on earlier. She forgot about that. Is he still on the
Demoy.
line? Demoy, you still on?
He is still here.
Because Demoy was you were on a listening session last Wednesday. We're having another one this Wednesday. Demoy, if you want to come on, just
Hmm.
let us know.
Someone will have to
Yeah,
leave, though.
that's
All
right. I'm
right.
about to jump off anyway.
Okay.
Before you bring the son online now, let me make sure we explain this. Demoy was actually my student in high school. He is currently a Posse Scholar on a full ride scholarship at Lafayette College, where
Big, big,
he is studying
big. Congrats, my
composition.
guy.
Listen to me. Real passport. Real passport. He passport weak. It tired. It tired. I never seen a passport get used so much yet. I swear when he come back, they were just gonna stamp his back.
Crazy.
Wow.
But yeah,
I don't know if he's
he's one of
on
the
here. Oh, there he
look at
is.
him. Look
Demoy,
at
what up, man?
look at his young sprite.
Yeah,
Look at him.
My little sprite, right?
That's
We here.
nice.
yeah. Welcome,
Oh, yeah.
man. How you doing?
Life is great. I can't lie. This whole year has been like phenomenal, and
Dope.
like just this, what y'all doing right now, is just like the cherry on top.
Appreciate it.
In terms of just like the listening session, the album, you kind of was saying it earlier about like you're making music that like sounds right and speaks to you, and I'm like yes, because like the music that you all produce, it speaks to me. and people like me. And y'all know how many times I try to put people on to like panorama arrangement. That's crazy. Or just like everybody running down from this crazy live stream, this crazy solo. That like putting music in this medium or like this type of or putting pan in this medium and this style. Yes, yes, I need more of it. Yes, because I'm like, I think we're all pan ambassadors here, just a little bit. I think I am. I just love the pan.
Of course.
So
You are.
yeah, yeah,
That's what I
yeah,
raised you to be. How dare you?
yeah. That's a fact. Hey, bro, that's me and back there. That's me and back there.
It
No
was just
man,
kind of
okay.
strange. I warned him like in freshman year or sophomore year. I was like, listen, when you leave here, your job is to eat these people's money and travel all over the world with a pan on your back.
Yeah,
Love
yeah.
that.
My
You know,
pan got mileage now. It's been gracious. Like it really does. It has like 15,000 miles. I'm calculating, but yeah.
Demore, you touched on something really, really poignant.
Mm.
Poignant. I think that's the word. How do you get people to be interested in a steel orchestra that have never heard it before?
Yeah.
Playing calypso, playing soca. And yeah,
Huh. Huh.
we've been trying. I feel like I've been in that position as well for a long time,
Hmm.
going up to Berkeley and playing steel bands for all kinds of different musicians. And then, they were feeling it, but I feel like they needed a lighter introduction. Like, okay, it's like,
Hmm.
I guess it's like listening to classical music and starting with the symphony opposed to hearing one violin play at a time, or like
Hmm.
hearing a soloist. You know what I mean? Like it's hard. It's too dense for somebody to understand when they hear the full orchestra. They've never seen the instrument. Like, yeah,
Hmm.
you kind of need like a mainstream pop song to get them into it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it just
Hmm.
makes sense.
Yeah.
I agree. It's like yes, like me, unabashedly, since I started playing pan, I just always rock pan. So every musical that I'm in, like every space that I enter, yes, I'm walking through with my pan. Oh yeah, we're at the jam session. Yeah, my pan's here. Oh, you play music? Yeah, I do too. I play the steel pan. It's in my car. Let me go get that. You trying to play that? You know what I'm saying? So
100%.
I involve it in every atmosphere. My goal is to personally just like put it in every atmosphere to like
Hmm.
make people change how they see. I'm kind of writing about it in my capstone.
Dope.
It's like how much ZZ and the Little Mermaid has a grip on the ears of everyone foreign to this instrument. So
Yeah.
it's like, dang, how do I just open people's ears? So I usually just start with the people around me, whether it's like artists. I make the friends around me love pan. They're like, damn, I'm just walking around. I hear pan. Pan's dope, man. Because I just always play it, and I would always advocate for it in any space. Oh, some classical, some Liszt. Oh yeah, I'm playing that. Oh, some
Hmm.
rock, some funk thing. Oh yeah, I could play that too. I pride myself on being able to put it in different spaces so that other people are like, word. And then again, like this album, like and I've done it a billion times, like been like, yo, let me put on this Clive Bradley Stranger and you go fall in love. But that's how I fell in love. That's not the same.
It's not
It's not the
the
same.
same. It's not the
So
same.
So
I'm like putting
And
an
you
album
have
like
so
this.
much you
Yeah.
have so much context too, and you've had thousands of listening hours in that space.
hmm
So when you play it for that one person at one time, unless it's like, what,
Mm.
like a quiet version, like a light version of like
The
something
lightweight
like
version, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
a version like this, and this is back to my point. See, the ear can't get ear fatigue listening to it. Now I'm gonna play this version of this song here, and I'm not gonna say the name of the band because it's not about them right now. It's about us. It's about color
Oh
effects
my
right now.
God. I
So
know
true.
exactly what
Bro.
band he's gonna use now. I know what band he's
So
about to play. I'm gonna take
I
off
mean,
my
I wish.
headphones.
No, actually, I feel like I should play a Brooklyn band. No, that might cause too much drama. We ain't gonna do that. But I want to just show y'all what I mean by intelligible, easy on the ear
mm.
music. Um,
Andy Narell? Okay.
no, steel band, steel
See,
The
band.
band still then.
Andy Narell.
Like we can have a conversation while we're listening to this.
Mhm.
This is a great recording of a steel band. All the frequencies are where they need to be.
Tim just said dynamics, Thwaites described as a Caribbean version of the Caribbean rock music of sort.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's an example of a recording that your ear.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Say what you gotta say.
Vexed by
Okay. Okay, here's the problem.
Yeah, what's the problem?
The most visible thing that we have is Panorama. Panorama is a heavy metal concert, pun intended.
Mhm.
It is a fast, heavy metal concert.
Yeah.
So if that is our Olympics, it is hard to then get someone to hear what you just played and put them in the same level of prestige. So what happens is that when they hear, most of the time, we all know this. Everyone in this clique and everyone watching right now knows that people listen to low quality Steelpan all the time. That's the majority of what they're listening to. I'm sorry if you're the person they're listening to. You should feel bad. That's on you. Fix it. Do you remember that band that was playing for Burna Boy? Do you remember that band that sounded
crazy work.
like tin? I
Hey.
messaged them and said, I don't care. Listen to me. Them people is Janani baby mother family. Me in business. I emailed them directly and said, would you like me to come and tune your pans for free? I just need a place to sleep and mangoes. I will send you the message. It was terrible, but that is what a lot of people experience when they listen to Pan.
Mhm.
Then when they listen to one of us play, they, oh my God, I didn't realize, I've never heard.
Yeah, but the ear fatigue is a thing, Khuent. I've been listening to it my whole life, and there are moments where I'm listening and I'm like, man, my ear
Yes.
is tired
So the
because
part
of
of that is that when,
the steel, you're hitting these high
yeah,
notes. You know
but
what I
part of
mean?
that is that we don't have good examples of steel orchestra. Most of the captured steel orchestra music that we have is Panorama. Like
Yeah.
pound for pound,
True.
the most recorded large steel band event is Panorama.
Mhm.
Outside of that is Andy Narrow. That's most accessible. Let me just make it this way. I'm not talking about like levels of hierarchy. Andy's music is highly accessible. Finding a recording of Phase 2 from 1991 is tricky. Finding All Stars from 96, a little tricky. Finding a recording of Pan-Az.
I
You
got
and I
some.
know,
Yeah, I got something for you.
but you remember that you and
I
I
got
are
something
Pan
for you.
aficionados, so
No,
we
no,
would
no. We're talking
find
about
it.
record. We're not talking about being an aficionado. We're talking about sonics, right?
Mhm.
An
Yeah, but I'm talking
iron,
about accessibility to the
exactly,
actual thing. If it's
Yeah.
not
exactly. Iron,
accessible, I hate iron.
right? Iron is one of the hardest things to get to sound listenable on the ear. You can't. You know what I mean?
You're distorting a little bit in your microphone.
Oh, sorry. I'm talking. You're
He's
funny.
impassioned. He's impassioned,
No,
people.
I'm just
He's
saying.
highly
I'm just saying. The
still there.
iron is
Still
one of
there.
the hardest things to record. You know what I mean? Now, don't be shady because I'm hitting the point here, right?
No, 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 no. I
The
agree.
iron
I
as an
agree.
instrument is one of the most difficult things to record. If not, play me a nice recording of an iron that we can listen to for 2 minutes.
By itself,
Yes.
there's tons of rhythm bands. There's tons of rhythm sections in Trinidad where it's iron and one man playing a duduk and the next man playing a and they at seven people playing iron. But because they are musical, because they know breath and space, they understand dynamics. They mute their iron so that it doesn't ring uncontrollably. This is the thing about precision, though.
But 7 kilohertz is gonna bother you regardless.
I
Yeah.
agree. That's why I don't like iron. I don't
So
have
what we
iron in
talking
my
about?
band.
This is frequencies we talking. You know what I mean? So anyway, y'all understand kind of what we're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
But
yeah,
to your
yeah.
point, Demoy, getting people to appreciate a big orchestra like that, you might need to you might need to break it down to one instrument or two instruments or three or a combo size or just to kind of usher them into that being understanding. Oh, okay, that's what that instrument even looks like. I can identify this instrument with my eye and my ear now. You see what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
And that's where it comes in. That's where this album could come in because it's like I've switched now. There's a lot of more pan here, so I'm like, okay, listen to some Leon Foster Thomas record. Listen to some Victor Provost, especially if they're like heavily involved in like jazz or improvisational. And they like hear me play. They're like, oh, what should I listen to? And I'm like, oh, I have the tunes for you, and it's some of those. So like this could be up in that alley, because is these contexts that I tend to play in, or that I tend to want to indulge in and have other people indulge in. So it's like, oh, what's the reference point? An album like this, get in tune. You're in.
Sure. Dope, DeMoy. Great points, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
You know, Dre discusses this. You remember when they had the Liberation album? That was Dre's album with Peso before they were Peso, I guess.
Yeah.
He talked. I remember that talking to him about how writing certain kinds of music can elevate the consciousness of people, and listening to DeMoy describe how he's aware of what he is introducing to people. Like he is aware that when he plays, it will have an impact on the trajectory of the person that hears him. That's the kind of, you're doing the right thing. You're doing the right thing. I'm not gonna beat you when you come home. That's good. That's good.
Every time.
All right, DeMoy, thanks for joining us, bro. Appreciate you.
I need to have you on my show when you're free.
Yeah, come on.
Now we're gonna talk.
Yeah.
We locked in. We're gonna talk.
Yeah. Okay.
DeMoy's a
myself
superstar.
down. Khuent said I was loud. All right. So what we thinking, Khuent? I never played that demo of that song. I don't know if y'all still want me to.
Yes. I also have to go check on Dad. I didn't realize the time.
Yeah.
Understood.
So yes, play that. Let me just go check on.
Actually, no.
Check on
go for it.
I don't want to play no demo. Nah, I ain't gonna play the demo. If y'all want to hear the demo, let us know in the chat, and I'll play a demo
Just let
of
us
one
know.
of the songs.
For those that just joined, where do they need to go to get the pre-order? When is it coming out? How many songs are on the album? When is the vinyl coming out? All the stuff.
Thank you. Follow the link on our Culture Effects Instagram page. Follow the link in the bio. That'll take you to either the iTunes store or the Apple Music store. And you can purchase the pre-order or save the pre-order to your DSP. Album drops November 10th. Actually at midnight. So 12 a.m. November 10th.
Okay.
Final 2025. Yeah, we're working on that. We're working on the artwork and all of that for that now and getting that together.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, this album is for, the Steelpan enthusiasts, the hobbyist, the professionals, for everybody. The kid that's struggling with the double pedal in the pan yard right now, or traditional grip, or you know what I mean, can't get his single strokes and double strokes even. This is for all of them. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
We all sharing those experiences. Or the OG that don't want to get off the kit, and you ready, you know what I mean? You ready to shine, but he don't want to let you get the solo in that one Latin song that you can play that one beat in.
Right.
Like, we really about this. We really live this. You know what I mean? So that's who this is for. And with that said,
I was going to ask you guys. People are saying, play the song. Let's go. Fire emojis. Let's hear it.
Oh, I don't even see all that. Hold on, let me scroll. Oh, it's playing. Okay, so this is what I'll do in that case, just for quality control. I'll play the demo and then I'll immediately play the play another song. We're gonna try another song. Hey, this is a judgment-free zone. These are demos.
Yeah, of course.
100.
We'll give your honest opinion if you want it.
Not on the demo, because you have a finished version. I'd rather your opinion on that.
Okay.
Oh, this is Sting. I'm gonna play the Sting demo. Yeah.
Okay.
This is from 2019. Ooh, I don't even know what this sounds like.
Okay.
Oh yeah, synth bass. Same horns. Oh, yeah, I had those drums in there. This is before the vocals, by the way.
Right.
Yeah, 2019, Kiki. Yeah. So that's Sting, demo version, which brings us to the album version. Ah. Fade outs. Fade
okay.
outs. Fade outs. So real bass instead of that synth. A real organ. Khuent. Same horns. Real drums.
Sting, the stroke of your sweet, sweet thing. It's so numb, I can move anything. Don't know why I let you do that to me. Yeah, she buzzing, yeah. Caught up in a love, yeah. She buzzing, yeah. Caught up in a love. It's calling, it's calling, it's falling.
Look at how much has changed from that time to then.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's crazy.
It expanded. It even took the like
A life of its
the
own.
air. The air of it is different. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So much of it, you know. I was doing this little swung thing. The drums from the demo was like a swung pattern. I switched it up on the live drum, so it took a life of its own. So it's good. I'm glad I did that parallel, so you can see how it evolved and expanded.
Kendra had a question. So COVID slowed down the project.
I think honestly, I mean, you could perceive it that way. I think COVID was like, nah, take your time and make it.
Okay.
That's how I, you know, in my opinion, the best music that's been coming out to me is the music that people have really taken their time to craft, because so many people have these, you know, devices like laptops, and, you know, there's so much music that can be released at this point. Like, things are oversaturated and you're not really getting things that are lasting. So I think taking your time to create, like you take your time to create your food that you eat, you know, I think apply that to, especially as Caribbean people, apply that to how you create music. But I want to thank everybody for chiming in, listening, asking questions, supporting, purchasing, streaming.
Yes.
This is Culture Effects. Myself, I'm Sheldon Thwaites. We got Andre White, we got Khuent Rose, Kawhi Williams. Album features Kareem Thompson on lead, Kyle Miles on bass, and Weedy Bramai on hand percussion. Danielle, do you have anything else for me?
I have nothing else for you. I just can't wait to actually purchase this album. And get it.
11:10.
And get a hoodie and a t-shirt and
it's coming. We just got to get it right. We got to get the feels right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I get it.
Thank you for having us on.
Of course, anytime. You know that.
Yep. I appreciate it too.
Yeah. For everyone that's on this channel, if you have something coming up, just message me and I will make sure we get the word out.
There it is.
That's the whole point of this platform, is to talk about Pan and get it out there and support each other.
100%.
So, yeah, I want to thank you for for everything that you're doing for Pan. I appreciate it, especially when it comes to
So
like the
good.
frequency stuff, because no one thinks about that, and I'm glad you
Yeah,
touched on it.
it's important. It's important. People want to hear things that doesn't bother their ears or their
Mhm.
spirit, if you will. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah. So for those that just joined us now, go to the Culture FX Instagram page, go to the link, pre-order.
Link in the bio.
Yeah, link in the bio. Go to Spotify. Is it Apple,
Can Apple Music, iTunes,
iTunes?
Amazon Music Store, and also Can You Feel Love is currently out, so you can definitely
Yes. So
stream
let's get
that on
those numbers up.
Spotify.
Yes, let's get
Yeah,
those numbers
support,
up. Let's share,
support.
comments, do what you need to do.
Mhm.
Is there anything else?
All right, y'all.
Yeah.
No, that's
Great.
basically it. November 10th. Grab the album.
Yes. All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you again for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Have a good night, everyone.
All right. Peace, y'all.